Hello, welcome to the Plot Malaysia. This is our 11th episode. This is a show for the fans.
By the fans.
All right. So, guys, today we're going to talk about something really special. We're back on Champions League mode. Hari, how are you feeling about Champions League?
Bro, I'm flying, man. You see the smile on my face. It's as broad as the mercy, dude. We just won 3-0 yesterday against Arsenal, so I'm all up for this, bro. And of course, we're going to talk about some big news as well from the Real Madrid side today. So yeah, I'm all up for it, bro. Excited, really excited.
Excellent. And as he's talking about the Real Madrid side, we have in the white corner 6'2", 200 pounds. We have Jhaimal.
Good enough for it. Come on, guys. Hi, thanks for having me.
Welcome,
awesome.
Jhaimal. Welcome to the show.
Great to have you on the show, man. Someone to have a bit of banter with going to the game, bro. Someone I can. Yeah. So I'm excited about it.
It's part of the game, banter. Yep, of course.
Yeah.
Part of the game. And on the red corner, we have, someone who is 5'7", I think.
No, it's less, bro.
150 pounds, I think again. Yeah. Mr. Hari. Yeah. All right. Here we go.
So I'm part host, part guest today, Ram. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, cool, man.
Yes, it looks like it. It's going to be fun for me because I'm going to watch both of you all having a go at each other. So I'm going to be throwing in a few questions to both of you. Hopefully, both of you are ready. Are you guys ready for the questions that will be coming for both of you?
Yes.
Guys, ready, right?
Yep, 100%, bro. Fire away.
Let's do this.
Okay. So the first question I'm going to start with our guest, Jhaimal. Jhaimal, once again, welcome to the show. Very good to have you on.
Thank you very much, Ram.
Most welcome, Jhaimal. So Jhaimal, of course, you are a Real Madrid fan. I've known you for so many years, and all those times you've always been a very, very loyal Real Madrid fan. So I want to ask you this question. What is your memory of the 2018 Champions League final? Just share with us.
To begin with, the fact that we actually beat Liverpool was absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's Liverpool, isn't it? So, there are actually many things in the game, which is, I would say, there were many good memories, there were bad memories, there were funny memories as well. Particularly the fact that, before I say this, I am a Madrid fan, of course, but at the same time, I'm also a football fan first.
Yep.
Yes.
So when I was watching the game, I was watching it as a football fan, as a Madrid fan, and what if I was a Liverpool fan? And that first goal, gifted by Carriers to Benzema, I was like, what in the world was happening? Like, are you serious? As a football fan, I was like, wait a minute. It is the Champions League final, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not a dream, is it?
I was like, no, this can't be happening. But of course, as a Madrid fan, I'll be, more than happy to get it. An easy goal. So who wouldn't want that? A quick lead. But nevertheless, I think on a serious note, I think Bale's bicycle kick was amazing, though. My God,
Who can forget that?
I didn't think that there will be two bicycle kicks scored by a Madrid player in the 2 years in a row. I think one was Ronaldo's against Juventus, and the other was Bale against Liverpool. So I was like, wow, that was amazing to have it, But on a serious note, what makes it even more sweeter is that winning the Champions League the third time in a row. I don't think anything has done that before. And being a Madrid fan, of course, I've heard about the history of Madrid winning 5 European Cups in a row in the 50s. But, we weren't part of that. We're not born yet. We don't know anything about it. So the fact that I could actually live that bit to say that, you know what, I witnessed my team winning 3 in a row. I think that's just the best among all, to be honest.
Awesome, all right.
Awesome, bro.
Thank you very much, Jhaimal, for your sharing. I want to stay with you on for a while. I'm going to come back to you, Jhaimal. I'm going to come back to you. Now we're going to move on to Mr. Hari. Hari, you were on the losing side in 2018 Champions League final. But do tell us, or tell us, what was your memory of the 2018 Champions League final?
So, bro, this one was painful, bro. So, the emotions we felt when we won the Champions League for the 5th time in Istanbul in 2005. Those were crazy emotions, coming back from 3-0 down against AC Milan. Very difficult to explain. It was the complete opposite against Madrid in 2018, bro. If you ask me for the things that I remember from the game or the memories of the game, most of them were bitter, bro. So it was Loris Karius doing what I thought was unthinkable in a Champions League final, to gift Benzema a goal, and then not just that, give another one to Gareth Bale at the end. Yep. So that was one thing that sticks in the mind. Him apologizing to the fans at the end, but it was too late. He had given two easy goals away. The other thing that sticks in my mind was, of course, and I'll never forget this, and I think we're going into this game with that bit in our head. It's a bit of vengeance, but unfortunately, the man is not playing. But what Sergio Ramos did to Mo Salah in the game, everyone says it was an accident. It was smart play from the man. He's a winner. But I thought that was a bit cruel, to be honest, because he was our key player in that year. He had scored close to 35, 40 goals, I think, across all competitions. He was on fire. We started the game really well in the final, and then he took Mo Salah out, and that was it. That was the end of our match, because we didn't even have a bench. We brought on Lallana for, I think, Salah at that time, and everything went downhill after that. So that's another thing that sticks in the head. And then, I've got to give credit, like what Jhaimal said as well. The flip side, I've got to give credit. Gareth Bale came on and he turned the game. He scored a bicycle kick, which was unbelievable. And Madrid went on to win it for the third time in a row under Zidane. So credit where it's due. But of course, some things sting, which is what leads to us feeling this sense of vengeance in us going into this game, basically.
Thank you, Hari. And you know what? I have to say this as well. When I see Hari in that moment where he's thinking about how painful it was for Liverpool not to win the Champions League final, I'm a very happy man.
You were hoping.
I'm very happy.
You were hoping we started the show with Liverpool losing to Arsenal, right? This morning, thankfully.
Oh yeah.
He said the same thing about Madrid and Aiba as
well. I was texting both of you all yesterday. I was like, you guys are going to lose. But you guys both won. So well done to both your teams. Fantastic. So moving on. I want to ask Jhaimal this question once again. Jhaimal, tell us, what is Real Madrid's form going into the game? What's it going to be like?
Form, well, to be honest, this season has been a bit of ups and downs, if you ask me. Generally, there was actually a very slow start for Madrid. And for some reason, Atletico Madrid has been playing great. But fortunately for us, we are now like 3 points behind Atletico Madrid, with Atletico Madrid having a game in hand, which is due to be played 3 in the morning later. Okay. So judging that, I would say this past month has been quite good. We've been winning matches, even though Ramos has not been playing in most of them. And the 2-0 win against Aiba, well, that just boosts the confidence of the players. So I'm pretty happy, and I think, we're in quite good form.
Can I ask follow on to that, Jhaimal? What do you think has resulted in the turn in fortunes for Madrid? Because I know they started the season really poorly, them and Barcelona as well. They were quite a lot of points behind Atletico Madrid. Everyone said Atletico Madrid is running away with the title. Then the form has changed for both teams, actually. What do you think has resulted in the change in form for Madrid recently? Anything specific that Zidane has done?
I think personally, what he's been doing is Zidane this season. He's been trying to mix it up with his players, you see. We've got actually very good talent on the bench and our starting 11, like players like, for example, Valverde, who doesn't play often, who's actually a brilliant player, unfortunately. You've got Isco, you've got Varane, you've got Militao. So I feel that what he was trying to do was mostly trying to, mix it up. And the team currently also is a bit on the older side, average squad age, you know what I mean? So I think it's that transition which, bringing in new players and replacing the old ones. So that requires time. And I feel that's what we're going through. I mean, judging for the past 5-6 years how we've been playing with that squad, it was great. But, like every team, there's ups and downs, and there's always rebuilding the squad. But eventually, I think what turned around back was the fact that I think Zidane realized that, look, we're going too far behind. So he's like, you know what? Why don't I just stick to what I am good at by just replacing a few players? Especially, it's quite upsetting for players like Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo for me, who don't play that often. And when they play as well, I'm like, they're not suiting the current gameplay. Especially the pairing of Vinicius and Benzema is absolutely terrible, if you ask me. Because you keep seeing Benzema drop into the half line, but that's how Benzema plays anyway. But he doesn't have that understanding he used to have with Bale and Ronaldo compared to now with Vinicius and Rodrigo. So I think
it takes a bit of time,
it takes a bit of time, and also the fact that Ramos has been out, but Nacho has been brilliant, to be honest, playing centre back in his place. So I think that's how we kind of changed our gameplay, and it worked well this past month or so.
Yeah, very
So,
interesting, man. Yeah. Good insights.
Very,
Yeah.
very interesting. And Hari, what do you think Liverpool's form is going to go into the game? What do you think?
To be honest, if you had asked me this question about 3 weeks ago, it was atrocious. So we had basically lost 6 home games in a row at Anfield, which is unheard of, never been done in our history. This season has been a train wreck of a season, I mean, I think the gods have all gone against Liverpool. We lost Virgil van Dijk for the season. We then lost Joe Gomez for the season. We then lost Jhaimal Matip for the season. So all three centre halves lost for the season. In between that, we were playing Fabinho and Henderson in defense, who are our two best midfielders. So we lost something in midfield. And we now have lost Henderson for pretty much all of the season. He's injured for a long part of the season now. But what I think Jurgen Klopp has finally hit the winning note to a certain extent. What he did against Leipzig in the second leg has inspired a bit of a change in fortune and us being very optimistic going into the game. He settled on a centre-back partnership now. So he brought in Ozan Kabak on loan. He's now a bit settled into the side, but he's got him a partner. And the partner he's got him is the man we call the Lion, the Lion Heart, Nathaniel Phillips. Nathaniel Phillips, if you know, is not that young. He's 23 years old. He's played from our academy. We then he loaned him out to Stuttgart. We loaned him out Stuttgart last year, which was the second division of Bundesliga, Bundesliga 2. But he's come back. He was going to get sold, but he's stuck around. Couldn't get a buyer for him, as far as I know. And he's stuck around, and he's got his chance. And now he can't get out of the team, man. He's been brilliant. He hits everything away. Him and Kabak, since they have I think the 4 games they have played together as a centre-back partnership, 0 goals conceded. So 4 clean sheets out of 4. We've won all games. So he settled on that partnership now. We won again yesterday against Arsenal. And the main difference the big difference that has made to the team is Fabinho has gone into central defensive midfield now. So the midfield is settled now. We've got a man, Inspector Gadget, in the center now, controlling things, defending the counter attacks from the opposition. Thiago is now more settled because he's playing with Fabinho. So the result across the team has been brilliant. So the form going into it is brilliant. We have won our last 3 games on the bounce. Leipzig, Wolves away, and Arsenal away now convincingly yesterday. So quite excited about Madrid now, which I actually now think we have a bit of a chance, which I didn't think a few weeks back.
You hear that, Jhaimal? He feels that he has a chance against Madrid going into the game. So, Jhaimal, enlighten us, because Hari said that, right? Why don't you enlighten both of us? Share with us your starting, share with us your predicted starting 11 for the game. What do you think? Whose team is going to start for Madrid?
For Madrid, definitely Courtois in the goalkeeper position. Probably Mendy on left back. Varane and Nacho starting centre back. Not too sure whether they're going to play Carvajal or Lucas on the right back though, because last game yesterday, Carvajal didn't play. So I think he's still nurturing an injury or so. Okay. But I'm really looking forward for Carvajal to start on the right, of course.
Okay.
In our midfield is, of course, probably the best midfield currently in the world, I would say. Casemiro, Modric. You got to give it to these 3. They've been brilliant.
They're all pensioners, all pensioners.
Well, probably one last win, probably one last cup, and then they can retire, and yeah, so that 3 midfielders, of course, and top 3, I'm looking at obviously Asensio, who had a brilliant game yesterday.
He's a good player. Yep.
Player of the month for March in La Liga, Benzema, of course. However, I heard now that probably Hazard is going to be back for the Liverpool game.
Ooh, this is some breaking news,
So what I read about it is that he's probably going to be match fit. Then again, probably going to play 1 game and then get injured again. So so ask me, I don't see how Hazard has actually given any impact to this Madrid team, because like I said, he's been injured most of the time. Nevertheless, I do look for Vinicius Junior on the left to start instead of Hazard, to be honest. Yeah, that's my predicted starting 11 for Madrid.
Very interesting, man. Awesome. Actually, I'm just to add to that, man. I'm a bit. Couple of things to add to that before I give my starting 11. I think Benzema has been brilliant for you guys ever since. He's been brilliant all the way, but since Ronaldo has left, he's really taken up the leadership for that team, I think he's one of the best centre forwards in world football, Benzema.
Correct. Behind Lewandowski, I think, because Lewandowski is having an amazing season.
Yes,
but for Benzema to actually switch his gameplay, it's quite amazing for me as well, because during the Bale and Ronaldo era, the BBC era, he was more of a false nine. He keeps falling back to the half line and
Yep.
supporting the wing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I still see him doing that, and he's always on the half line as well, roaming around. But it's amazing to see that he gets back into the box so quickly.
Yeah, and he
And he's
scores.
our best player, and he's the one who actually scores most for us
Yep.
this season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the other thing I'll say is Hazard. I'm actually a bit worried about the news that he may be fit. Although he's been probably the worst signing in Madrid's history.
Oh yeah.
The thing I'm scared about Hazard is
They're actually much more worse players than that as well. So yeah.
Dude, the Hazard will be the hazard.
Yeah,
for Liverpool.
The fear I have with Hazard is, right, he's still too talented a player. And the fact that maybe Liverpool is a familiar foe to him because the Premier League, he was so good and he always played well against Liverpool. That scares me a little. So I was hoping he was out, but that's a bit of bad news. I'm going to look out for that. So Ram, I think you're going to ask me my team, is it?
Yes, Hari, go ahead. You know what's coming. Go ahead.
Okay, I think Jhaimal is going to be interested to hear this as well. So I think our team is more settled now. So we've got a lot of options on the bench, but the starting 11 is pretty clear. It's going to be Alisson in goal. He's sporting a new moustache look now. You saw yesterday. It looks like he looks like someone from Narcos, basically. But
he does.
and then left back, Andy Robertson. In central defense, it's going to be Ozan Kabak and Nathaniel Phillips. They've kept 4 clean sheets, like I said, so they will start. On the right back position is probably the best right back in the world, who for some reason Southgate doesn't like or doesn't fancy. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Agreed.
Yep. And then that was shocking from Southgate. Then the center of midfield, I fancy my midfield against Madrid, even though we're playing the best, probably the best midfield in the world for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years in Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro. But I think they're aging, and the runners in Liverpool's midfield may be too much for them to deal with in terms of the athleticism side of things, and the energy side of things. So I'm going with Fabinho, defensive midfield, Thiago next to him, and then Gini Wijnaldum on the left to support him. And then up front, this is where they may be surprised for some Liverpool fans out there, but Mane is confirmed. Salah is confirmed. I'm going with Diego Jota to start instead of Roberto Firmino.
Oh, he has been in scintillating form lately, man. This guy.
You can't. I'm actually worried about. Oh my God, Jota. Yes.
You can't leave out the goal machine, man. You can't leave out the goal machine, bro. He scores whenever he plays. He comes on yesterday, 60th minute, scores within 2 minutes, 2 goals, scores for Portugal, 3 goals in 2 games. You can't leave him out.
Brilliant signing. Brilliant.
And to think about it, we bought him instead of going for Timo Werner. And if you look at the difference now, he's performing much better than Werner. So
Werner is invincible. He can't be seen. He's nowhere to be there.
So I thought that was smart business by Liverpool. But that's the team I'm going with. Firmino, Bobby's on the bench. So if need be, he can come on.
Hari, just to stick with you, right? I'm quite surprised you didn't pick Firmino, like to even start your first 11. Because I normally thought that he would be one of the guys that you would always start, to be a strong team, whenever taking on teams like Real Madrid and big teams. Why do you leave him out this time? Just because Jota is doing much better, or is there any other reason?
That's the main reason. So I won't be surprised if Firmino starts because Klopp trusts him the most. So he probably may start him. I wouldn't surprise me and Jota on the bench to make an impact. But I'm just saying this: if I was Klopp, this is who I'll start because he's the man on form. I think you don't leave the man on form out, because he's scoring goals, he's high in confidence, whereas Firmino hasn't really been scoring, and his contribution has dropped this season compared to previous years where he's dropped back and been providing a lot of assists from the false 9 position. That output has dropped as well now. So I feel as well with, and I think you're going to go to this next, I think about Ramos, but with Ramos not playing, I feel the pace that we have in the forward line can hurt Madrid. If Firmino plays, he lacks pace. Mane and Salah have pace. I'll play Jota because all 3 of them have pace to run in behind, and I think that could hurt Madrid. So that's why I would start Diogo Jota.
Hari, why not you ask Jhaimal the next question?
Jhaimal, this news got me the most excited. So I've got to ask you, Ramos not being available for Real Madrid, how big a blow is it, man?
Oh, it's a massive blow, to be honest. Not merely because of how he plays on the pitch. I think his presence itself plays a very, very important role. Like every club, every team needs that kind of player, that kind of stature that carries
like the
team.
Roy Keane.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fair
like
play,
man. Or even like Steven Gerrard, for example.
Yeah.
Steven Gerrard as well. You need that presence, right? So but see, there's one thing about Ramos. What I've realized is this: you see, everybody hates Ramos, right? Except Real Madrid fans. It is true. Yeah. But you gotta agree. But you gotta agree with me on one thing. Everybody wishes he played for them.
Yeah, it reminds me of
Yep,
Luis
yep, yep,
Suarez,
yep,
man.
yep.
Suarez,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
Liverpool fans loved him. Every opposition fan
Yeah.
hated him. Yeah, it reminds me of that. Yeah.
Exactly. So he's one of those. But yeah, it's a bit sad that he's not there. But if he was playing as well, I don't think so. He's that agile and that pacey any longer that he can actually stop your front three. But then again, the commanding figure that he has, the way he shouts and the way he organizes the backline, oh, that's amazing. That's something which I'm going to miss, to be honest, in this game, man.
Mm,
And the sad thing is, he's not going to play for the second leg as well. So we have to sit this one out without him. So let's see what happens.
I'm actually excited, to see, the front three that Hari just mentioned going up against the Real Madrid's defense. Of course, it's a bit
Yeah.
of a makeshift defense, but I still feel it's stronger than Liverpool's defense. I do, personally. So I think it's going to be a very interesting clash, moving forward. So I'm going to ask Hari this question. Okay, I'm going to start with Hari. I'm going to ask you this. All right. So I want to say, what is the areas of weakness for Liverpool or Real Madrid that you want to exploit? Which one do you want to share?
This is a good question, bro. So you're asking me for Madrid, is it?
Yeah, areas of weakness that you think Liverpool can exploit, and then
Okay.
I'll move on to Jhaimal. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I've mentioned this earlier already. I think it's the two areas I see, and I mean I would like to know from Jhaimal actually about this as well, but I'll give my perspective. So I think
Yeah.
our strength is the forward line. Our forward three is the strength. So that's where I think we can exploit Madrid as well. Ramos not being there, the pace of the front three. So there's no leadership in the back line for Madrid. The pace of our front three, the movement of our front three. That's where I think we can exploit Madrid. The other area, this may surprise a lot of people, but is basically, I think, in midfield. Even though Madrid are far superior in terms of talent and technique in the middle of the park, uh, I think we've got the more athletic players in there. Gini Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and Thiago is a bit of an artist right there. So we've got a bit of a mix. But I think the fact that we've got younger players in there, there may be more energy. So I think that's where we can hurt Madrid a little bit. If we make it a more chaotic game, a fast-paced game, I think that's where they won't be able to live with us. So those are the
Right.
areas where I think we can exploit Madrid. Yeah.
Interesting. Very well. I mean, do you agree on that, Jhaimal? What
Oh
he said?
well.
And what do you think is the weakest for Liverpool side that you think Real Madrid can exploit?
Well, before I actually go to the weakness of Liverpool, let
Yeah.
me just explain
Yeah.
that the current strength which I feel Madrid has is number one, they actually hold the ball very well.
Mm.
So it's a passing game. The midfield trio has been great. Modric, who's like 35 years old, he's playing like he's 25 years. He keeps running. He gets the ball. I'm surprised. Cruz, who's had like what over 90% of passing rate every game. So Madrid's key
Good
strength
player.
is this: they hold the ball
Yep.
and they pass it
Yeah.
around. With Cruz's mind in the middle, it's going to be very difficult for Liverpool to actually win the ball to begin with. So running around without the ball is not going to help actually. So the way I look at it's not about athleticism. It's more of football minded, like what I mean.
Yep.
And judging the fact that it's Real Madrid, right, and we are playing against Liverpool because we played in the final as well in the 18th. I think walking onto the pitch, we already are 1-0 up because look, it's Real Madrid, right? Everybody's just afraid of them. Even though there's no Bale, there's no Ronaldo, and there's no Ramos as well. So I think the psychological battle that we have is this: walking into the pitch, we have 1-0. We are one up on that. But again, it's football, isn't it? Everything can change in a few minutes. So
Yeah.
that's what I feel. What Madrid's strength is. When it comes to Liverpool's weakness, I feel is this: they are very inconsistent. So you go in one game and you win, then you come
Yep.
back again and you just lose. And like, I don't know what is it about Liverpool that whenever they play against a small team, they keep losing. I'm sorry to all the Arsenal fans out there, but you know what? I was amazed that they actually beat Arsenal. Judging the
Arsenal
okay,
fans, Arsenal fans, please comment
sorry to
down
say
below.
this.
You're trying to say Arsenal is a small team, bro? Arsenal fans.
I think they are.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well said. Well said.
So besides that, I feel Liverpool's midfield is great, to be honest. But yeah, uh, it would be nicer if Van Dijk was playing. It'll make it more difficult for us as well. It's always good to see a great football match. Like
Yep.
Ramos
Yep.
playing
Yep.
and Van Dijk playing. Both teams have their best 11. And that's
Yeah.
something which I actually long to watch. Unfortunately, due to the injuries which Liverpool has been facing and all, and So we can't actually see that, and as well, Madrid situation, Ramos not playing, not fit, Hazard and whoever not. So, well, I feel it's kind of like a fair game if you ask me going into it. I don't see anyone having anything slightly an edge over the other the fact that okay, it's Madrid, 13-time champion against Liverpool, 5-time champions. Meaning to
Six,
say,
bro,
like I said
six.
earlier. Oh, sorry, six. My bad, my fault.
It
Yeah,
doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. Way.
it does. My bad.
Man,
Sorry. So yeah, so that's what I mean. Like so yeah, I'm actually looking forward to see a very good football game coming this coming Wednesday. Yeah.
actually, I'm the same, man. I
Awesome.
share your optimism, bro, about the game. I think it's more
Work
even.
shall
I
be
think
sacrificed. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Madrid definitely have the edge. I think they had more of the edge when Ramos was there. I think it's a closer tie now that Ramos is out.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
my perspective. If you ask me what I
Mm,
think, I agree with Jhaimal most. I think our weakness is even though they've been solid last few games, our centre back at the end of the day, facing.
mm.
They've been facing.
Yeah, yeah.
No offense, lah, but the Arsenal forward line is not Karim Benzema, lah. So they're going to be up against Karim Benzema, and that's my fear, the two young defenders. So I think that's where they can exploit us in that area of the pitch,
Mm.
and that's the area I'm most worried about, facing Benzema with basically with the two centre backs in there. So that's the one that I would worry about the most.
So you're saying that those are the players that you're going to be worried about the most going into the game, Harry, right? Correct?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Jhaimal, what about you? Are there any players that you would be worried about, in Liverpool,
To be honest, the
that
front three.
going to the game? The
I think
front
the
three.
front three is just great. It's something about Liverpool's front three which reminds me of Madrid as well. I mean, if Firmino was to play, Firmino plays that false nine position when he drops back. That's pretty much what Benzema was during the BBC era. So
Yep.
I know how that works, and I know what damage it
Mm.
can do. And I've watched few Liverpool games myself. To be honest, Salah and Mane. Oh my God, I'm worried about them too. To be honest, yeah,
Okay.
they are on fire, dude. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, they are on fire. They are on fire. And definitely,
I'll just add
Madrid
one more
players.
thing. I'll just add one more thing, Ram.
Yeah.
So apart from
Yeah.
Karim Benzema, I mean, I call them pensioners, but of course, I worry about Modric and Kroos. Not so much Casemiro, but Modric and Kroos, because, like you said, they have a great mind. They keep
Yep.
the ball and they know how to keep the ball and find gaps. You see, so for that, I mean, you don't have to have the legs, like they're strong in the
Yep.
mind. You see, so those
Exactly.
the areas.
And to yeah, please.
One other
Sorry.
player I fear, but hopefully, like you said, he's out, is actually Carvajal. I think Carvajal is a very good right back. So he's someone that I would be glad if he's out, basically.
Right. So just to add on to that, I'm also actually very happy that Casemiro will be starting because although we've lost Ramos, who's an aggressive player on the pitch, well, Casemiro is no less as well. So yeah, I'm glad he is going to be our center defensive midfield. Will be covering Varane and Nacho at the center back. So pretty confident with that as well. But he just has to be less reckless and stop getting cards unnecessarily.
I just got to say this. I just got to say this, Ram. In this game, you will see the two best central defensive midfielders in the world. Both come from Brazil. The best, of course, is Fabinho and then Casemiro.
Yes, agreed.
Okay.
Maybe
You
the
got
other way
some
around.
samba going on.
Maybe the other way around, but yeah. Okay.
Got some samba midfield going on. Okay.
Yeah.
So very quickly, Jhaimal, I'm going to ask you this question, because the match is coming up, of course, very, very soon. So do tell us, what is your prediction for the first leg and the overall aggregate against Liverpool? What do you think?
Well, the first leg being played in the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium, I think 2-0 up to Madrid.
Okay, 2-0 up. That's the first leg.
Yeah.
Overall
That's the first leg. Overall in Anfield, well, maybe 1-0 to Liverpool. Madrid to go through 2-1.
2-1. Oh, okay. That's going to be a tight score for Jhaimal. All right.
Yeah.
Hari, what about you? Your
Okay.
chance now to give us your prediction.
Okay. I think this game. I didn't mention this earlier when we were talking about strength and weaknesses of both sides, right? I talked about our centre back being our weakness. I also think we have another weakness, and that is in Europe, our fans are not there. The Anfield Stadium is rocking in Europe normally. It scares opposition, and it normally is a big factor for us. So I think that's a big weakness for us, actually, us not having our fans in Anfield. That's what got us to turn around and beat Barcelona 4-0 when we were 3-0 down, you see, playing at Anfield with the fans. So I think that's a huge weakness for us. So, yeah, I think in terms of the tie, I actually think we beat Madrid in the Bernabeu. I think we beat them. I think we beat them. I'm going to go 3-1 at the Bernabeu. We'll beat them 3-1 at the Bernabeu.
They're not playing in the Bernabeu, actually. They're playing in the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium.
Oh, they're playing Alfredo Di Stefano, is
because
it?
Bernabeu is now under renovation. So,
Oh,
they'll
yes,
be playing
yes,
all their
yes.
teams in the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium.
Okay, in that case, yeah, I mean, I still go 3-1 to Liverpool for the tie, for that match. And
3-1.
I think
Interesting that you pick 3-1 though, but yeah.
Yeah, 3-1, revenge, bro.
Judging the final score.
Yeah, revenge, bro. And then I think at Anfield, I think it ends in a draw at Anfield, a score draw, maybe 1-1 or something. But I think Liverpool to go through, and I think it's on the basis of our strength, because our strength is counter-attacking. And I think at Alfredo Di Stefano, with our pace up front, I think we'll counter-attack and get the goals. Our form away from home has been better than at home. So that's why I'm going with the scorelines that I've gone with.
Both the teams, actually, if you ask me, are counter-attack team. So it'll be interesting to see end-to-end football, It'll be an entertaining match. But I don't think they're going to beat Madrid. So.
Oh, we'll see, bro. We'll see.
At the very least, let's see. Let's watch.
Let's see.
Do you guys want to know my prediction?
Yes.
Do you guys want to know
your prediction? Although it doesn't really matter, Ram, but we want to know.
Exactly. I was just going to say the same thing as well. But yeah, please do tell us.
Okay, I'm going to be a spectator for this one, obviously, right? Because my team is not there. Fine, no problem. I think it's going to be a 1-0 win for Madrid at the Alfredo Stadium. Okay, and I think it's going to be a 1-0 win for Liverpool at the Anfield, and it's going to go on to extra time, and it's going to go on to penalties. So I think overall time, I think Madrid will take it. I have a feeling.
Yeah, you're going to say Madrid anyway, bro. I knew that, so it's fine. You will never go with Liverpool.
Because you're a United fan, so it's fine.
Yeah. It's not going to happen. I actually, one other thing I'd like quickly say, as we sort of come to the end of our episode, right? Our preview for the game, right? I think it's a brilliant game, man. I think the key matchups, in my opinion, will be in the center of midfield. I mean, we talk about all the other areas, but I think that's where the match will be won or lost for both sides.
Yeah.
It's the intelligence of the Madrid players, the guys who are the pensioners who are strong in the mind, and then it's the Liverpool players, whether we can beat them in the center of the park, stop them from playing. So I think that's where the match will get won or lost. So if we win the ball back quickly, we can release our strikers, in midfield. And I think Madrid is the same. Their midfield needs to tick for them to play well. So I think that's where the game is won or lost, bro.
I have a suggestion for both of you.
Yes.
Tonight, both of you all please play FIFA 21 and see who wins.
I haven't played the longest time, dude. I've played against you before, Hari, right? Yeah?
No, I don't have FIFA 21, bro, which is why I'm not active anymore.
I mean FIFA 20.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try. Go ahead and play tonight again and see what happens. But before we end the show, guys, there's one more thing I want both of you, Hari and Jhaimal, to do. Okay. Now going into the game, not too long from now, Jhaimal, say something to Hari, and Hari say something to Jhaimal. Whatever you want to say.
Bro.
Have a go at each other. Come on.
Bro, watch out. We're coming for you. It's revenge for 2018. Yeah, watch out, bro. That's all I'm going to say. Watch out.
Brother,
got you.
It's a monthly competition. Welcome to our league. Welcome to our league. We own this league.
Ram, you don't belong in this competition. I'm just saying.
you know, there's a saying, right? When two horses are running, one donkey don't interfere. So I'm just joking, Ram.
Okay, lah. For today, I'm the donkey. All right, no problem.
You'll never walk alone, guys. Come on.
I'd rather walk alone.
Come on, bro. You can walk with me. Don't worry.
Really pumped up for the game, man. Jhaimal, really was brilliant having you on the show. It was good to get some insights.
Thank you very much
the
for having
Madrid game. I mean, the Madrid side of things, getting some team news, which was very interesting as well. So yeah, I think it's got everyone pumped up for the match, really, no?
Thank you so much, Jhaimal, for coming.
Thank you for having me, guys. Very, very glad to be here. And all the best, Hari.
Yeah, all the best, bro. Although I don't really mean it, but all the best, man. And we'll definitely
I do mean it.
Yeah, we'll definitely exchange some messages, I'm sure, during the game.
We will, surely.
All right. So we have come to the end of the show. I want to say, Jhaimal, once again, thank you so much for being part of our show. Hari, has always been a pleasure having you as a co-host. Today was really, really fun as much as possible. So I want to say, thank you so much for everyone for being on the show. This is The Plot Malaysia signing off. This is for the fans.
By the fans. Come on. Cheers, Jhaimal.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, Jhaimal.
Thank you.